It is 12 o'clock and time to go outside for High Noon Friday.
It's April 25th, and it's a beautiful day out here in the wilds, and it's High Noon Arbor Day. Yay! That's right. High Noon Friday is celebrating Arbor Day, and we've spared no expense. We're broadcasting live from outside our Gregory Hall studios, and at this very moment, the campus grounds crew is preparing the hole in which we'll plant the very first WCVF radio tree.
And President McPhee is on hand to help us out, and he'll be talking a little bit about the meaning of Arbor Day. And several other dignitaries will be scooping some dirt, as well as a bunch of us less dignified people.
And Fredonia Feed and Poultry down on water was kind enough to provide us with a gorgeous blossoming crabapple tree that's going to be planted right here in front of Gregory Hall.
If you're in the area, come on down and give us a hand. We'd love to see you. And before I forget to mention, Dan Berggren and Carmen Gilman of the Newton Street Irregulars will be performing a few tunes for us. So if you're into trees, stick around anyway and listen to them. Right now, it's time for Carol Cooley, as always, and the news.
A U.S. Embassy communications officer in the Arab nation of North Yemen is in stable condition after being shot. A State Department official in Washington says the man is an American and was shot as he was driving home from church. The State Department says the American walked home after the shooting and got help. He underwent surgery in the North Yemen capital and is listed in stable condition. There are no suspects and no group has claimed responsibility. There have been 2 phone calls, apparently from an Arab group, in which someone's claimed responsibility for the killing of a British executive of the American firm Black & Decker. The man was shot and killed just outside his home in Lyon, France, earlier today. The British government isn't taking chances with who's working on its planes. Britain has barred more than 300 Libyan aviation students from working on or flying aircraft. Since they won't be able to complete aviation school, Britain says it expects the Libyans to leave when their student visas expire. President Reagan says he's very excited about his trip to Japan, which begins today with a first stop in Los Angeles. Reagan will attend a 7-nation summit in Tokyo, meant to deal with economics, but terrorism is expected to be the most discussed issue. In other news, police action in Raymondville, Missouri usually means a speeding ticket or marijuana bust, but this morning the police are hunting for the kidnapper and killer of a banker's wife. The man also wounded the dead woman's husband and another woman when he didn't get all the ransom money that he demanded. Closer to home, police in Watkins Glen got their man in a hurry yesterday. Officials say a man held up the security North Star Bank and then walked to a bar down the street. Police caught up with 38-year-old Jerry Clark about 10 minutes later and charged him with third-degree grand larceny. Police say Clark got about $780 from the bank but was not armed and harmed no one. He's scheduled to appear in court tomorrow. When asked to comment, Clark said, "Even after all this, I would have to say it was a nice day." A professor at Cornell University has clipped up to 45,000 letters from Ann Lander's columns in the last 30 years, and he says they serve as a pretty good barometer of how society has changed. David Grossvogel says a good example is the word sex. He says the word was virtually non-existent 30 years ago, but it now dominates the columns. Grossvogel says people now write openly and honestly about sexual topics that were taboo in the 50s and 60s. He's just finished a 10-chapter a manuscript on his study of the popular advice column. And get set to lose an hour of sleep this weekend as we go on to daylight savings time for the summer. It officially starts at 2 o'clock Sunday morning, so if you forget to set your clock ahead 1 hour, you're just going to have to be late for everything on Sunday. I did that last year, yeah. Was late for everything.
Spring ahead, fall
Yeah.
back. That's how I always remember it.
I try, yeah. And
Works every
spring, the most gorgeous tree in the world, is sitting out there waiting for us to plant it.